Haha! Hey, what is going on, crypto people? Gary Gensler. Gary Gensler takes another L. The government accounting office is saying, listen, this new rule that you guys just unilaterally put in to require certain exchanges or any kind of crypto reporting offices to do what you say they should do, SEC, the GLA, the government accounting office said, you screwed up. You screwed up. Stuart Alvarado called them out. John Deaton called the SEC out as well. Gary Gensler takes another L. This is not great. And Congress is going to be all over this dude when they get this latest report from the GAO. I can't wait to share a little bit of that. Listen, the market is doing what the freaking market does, fam. Market is just doing what it does. We'll go over CoinGecko. If you can stomach the numbers, I'll go over them. If you can stomach it, I'll go over them. Ripple's Q3 report is out for 2023. Interesting. I'm going to cover a paragraph or two from that on the XRPL. They talk about the XRPL on that thing in that report, and I want to share that. It's very, very interesting. But Gary Gensler takes an L. And by the way, got another guy calling Bitcoin the flight to quality and flight to safety. Do you think that's just on accident that Larry Fink used that phrase, used that term? We're talking about the fourth branch of the United States government, which is BlackRock. You're talking about the CEO used that phrase publicly. He didn't have to say that publicly. He used the phrase Bitcoin and crypto as the flight to quality. He could have just kept that amongst themselves, amongst him and his boys, but he didn't. And I think there's a reason for it. Look, this Bitcoin, this whatever BlackRock put out in terms of being an ETF and not being an ETF is more of a trust, if you will, than an ETF, or more like a fund rather than an ETF. He still didn't have to say that. I think it's very, very interesting. Well, I'm going to let you listen to someone else who agreed with BlackRock and called out United States Treasury T-bills, T-bonds as not being that thing that it used to be, which was a flight to safety and a flight to quality. Huge. And putting Bitcoin in that mix is, in my opinion, it's massive. Absolutely massive. So listen, guys, this is your XRP Ripple daily news. In around 0 to freaking 10 minutes, let's do this. This is some interesting stuff right here. Holy smoke. Let's go over these freaking numbers. You guys said you can stomach it, so I'm going to share it. I'm going to share it. All right, so listen, the total cryptocurrency market cap, according to CoinGecko, screw coin market cap, is 1.32 trillion. Bitcoin dominance is at 50.9%. So we got to pay attention to it. Got to pay attention to it. Bitcoin is trading at $34,458. Ethereum is trading at $1,809. And XRP is trading at 59 cents again. So market is doing what it does. Solana is up 22% on the 7-day. It may have something to do with their latest release. Is it Free Dancer, Hot Dancer, Long Dancer, Sky Dancer, some new release on Solana? It's up 22% on the 7-day. However, shout out to the swing traders. I hope you're becoming part of the new 1%, because we need a new 1%. Take a listen to this dude. Now, I can't remember this guy's name, see him all the time, but take a listen to this. Yeah, he makes an interesting point, kind of refuting U.S. Treasuries, T-bills, T-bonds as being a flight to quality or flight to safety, and says we got a new sheriff in town. Take a listen to this.
I'll give you a couple of points of pushback on that. First of all, people are reluctant to be buyers. Governments are reluctant to be buyers unless they look at the potential for conflict around the globe. Geopolitics may dominate and push them to a position where they say, we're looking for a safe haven. U.S. Treasury is still going to be that, correct?
It should be that, but let me give you some numbers. Before the conflict started in the Middle East, the 10-year Treasury was at 480. Today it's at 497. And we still face the risk of escalation of that crisis. You know, there's been two big puzzles, and they speak to how unsettling the volatility in the US Treasury has been. One is you haven't had it been the safe haven. We haven't seen the flight to quality and the flight to safety that you would expect, given what's happening in the world. The second thing that's equally counterintuitive is you have people talking about Bitcoins, about equity being the safe asset, because they've lost confidence in government bonds being the safe assets because of the nature of this interest rate risk. So yes, it should be the safe haven. It should have already benefited, but the reality is that the 10-year yield today is a good 17 basis points higher than it was before this latest conflict erupted.
Interesting stuff that they would even suggest that. Again, I don't think it's by accident that Larry Fink used that phrase the way he did when he did as Bitcoin and crypto, because he didn't just say Bitcoin, but he said Bitcoin and crypto as the flight to quality. Fascinating to me. It really, really is. I'm going to share Gary Gensler with you guys at the end. Stuart Alderati calling this dude out. Let's take at the Ripple report. So Ripple put this on, posted this on Twitter. I guess that's what you say now. We published the XRP markets report to provide transparency and regular updates on the company's views on key industry developments and crypto market movements, focusing on what's relevant, hashtag XRPL and XRP related news. The 2023, quarter 3, 2023 XRP markets report is now available. So I pulled it up. It's a lot of great stuff here, but I wanted to cover the state of the XRPL ledger. As the community continues, as the community continues to build on the XRP ledger, significant features were proposed to ensure developers can create innovative applications while providing enhanced trust and safety for their issued assets. XLS30D, the automated market maker. This proposal adds a non-custodial automated market maker as a native feature to the XRPL ledger's decentralized exchange. A native feature is massive. That it's native to the XRPL ledger is just, it's massive. Developers can use XLS30D, the automated market maker integration, to create new financial applications and or integrate into non-financial applications, with the AMM being built as a protocol rather than an application. Liquidity is aggregated at the protocol level and is shared with the order book DEX, ensuring better pricing and availability of tokenized assets on the XRPL. RippleX performance and engineering teams published a performance testing report attesting to the proposed amendments enhancement to network utility, particularly for cross-currency payments. Can you just kind of see what's going on, what they're doing with this ledger? Can you kind of see what's going on here? It's powerful. It's been a long time coming and it's been a long time coming for us as XRP holders, because Ripple made the move to, when they came to the fork in the road with smart contracts and payments, came to that fork in the road, and they decided to take on the finance, banks, and the financial system and cross-border payments. That's why it's taking longer. If it would have been smart contracts, stuff would have happened 3-4 years ago, if not 5 years ago, to be honest with you. XLS38D, this amendment enables a cross-chain bridge where XRP can move bidirectionally between the XRPL mainnet and a XRPL sidechain. This cross-chain bridging software will also be used to establish a connection between the XRPL mainnet and the upcoming EVM sidechain. which is currently available on DevNet for testing. Bringing interoperability to the XRP ledger and empower developers with better customization. Last quarter, the community continued to create and advance notable projects and apps to address a variety of use cases. Notably, NFT Trade announced its integration with the XRP ledger, marking the first multi-chain NFT marketplace to support the XRPL. This integration also introduced protocol-level royalty protections through the XRPL's XLS20 standard. Real World Asset Protocol announced the launch, RWA Protocol announced the launch of Home, the first mortgage-backed stablecoin on the XRPL ledger, and Ducati launched its first ever digital collectible on the XRP ledger. On-chain activity, and I'll end with this, trading volume on the XRP ledger's DEX increased by more than 3x in quarter three. This was due to several days between August 12th and July 12th and August 17th, when single-day trading volume was more than 1 million, occasionally reaching 20 to 30 million mid-August. I'm going to cover more of this report in another video, but this is some big news. And shout out to Ripple for taking the lead on being fully transparent and being willing to take the good and the bad that can come with it, you know, stuff that they try to use against you, like that madness that is the SEC tried to do. So here it is here. This is a post from the Securities and Exchange, from the USGAO, U.S. Government Accounting Office. It says the SEC, Securities and Exchange Commission, applicability of the Congressional Review Act to Staff Accounting Bulletin number 121, right? This had to do with some reporting, right? So Stu Alderati said this. While Mr. Gensler is making bad Halloween jokes on X, yeah, he try to make a joke about Satoshi Nakamoto. It wasn't funny. While Mr. Gensler is making bad Halloween jokes on X, his agency is being shamed for ignoring the law that requires agency rules to be reviewed by Congress. Seems the SEC has become the lawless Wild West Gensler loves to talk about so much. John Deaton had this to say. Jake Travinsky is from, I don't know, see, Blockchain Association. I don't forget which one he is. Yeah, Blockchain Association. The GAO reviewed the SAB 121 in an illogical anti-crypto accounting bulletin issued by the SEC last March and found that it's a rule under the CRA and APA that the SEC didn't comply with either. This is a clear statement from a federal agency that the SEC broke the law. Basically, SAB 121 basically required crypto custodians to double count digital asset liabilities on their balance sheet. What? To double count? It has done extraordinary damage to the crypto industry and cost untold millions in legal and consultant fees over the last 18 months. It was illegal from the start. The SEC should immediately withdraw SAB 121, says Jake. If it does not, the JAOS, which is the Government Accounting Office's analysis, makes a slam dunk out of a lawsuit against the SEC, alleging a violation of the APA's notice and comment requirement. He says that the Blockchain Association will be watching closely to see what the SEC decides to do. John Deaton responded and reposted Jake Travinsky's thing here and says, this is a clear statement from a federal agency that the SEC broke the law. Again, I'm just telling you, if the current administration is planning on rerunning, Can Gary continue to hang around taking these major L's? Broke the law? The SEC broke the law? Ever since the Ripple lawsuit, the SEC has consistently not followed the law, says John Deaton. A federal judge literally stated that the SEC's enforcement lawyers and the leadership they report to are not only hypocrites, but they also lack a faithful allegiance to the law. It was an incredible statement for a federal judge to make. Yeah, you know, we said on the channel that statement sounded the alarms throughout the entire judicial system. John Deaton says, I was shocked at the little attention mainstream media paid to such a shocking statement. Here's what I can say with great conviction. Today, the SEC does more to hurt investors than it does to protect investors. Not just trying to protect the capital markets. No. It has become both an inept and corrupt organization. John Deaton says, full stop, period. Amen, bro. Amen. Try to tell you guys, old money doesn't want you to win. This is a clear example of it. Clear example of it. The powers that be are like crypto. You mean this thing that a regular dude, that the bartender and the bank teller can just go in and invest in without jumping through our hoops and our laws? They can just go and invest and hold on a second. They can also invest at the protocol level. They don't have to settle for the scraps and the crumbs of the freaking NASDAQ and the S&P. Oh no, we got to do whatever we can to get rid of this digital asset space. All right, fam, look, this wraps up your XRP Ripple Daily News in around 0 to 10 minutes. I hope, my friend, that it has been of value to you. If it has, do me a favor, hit that like button. And if you've been hanging out watching the crypto season, if you enjoyed the hangout, please consider subscribing to the channel. And don't forget to ring that notification bell so you know whenever we go live or whenever we upload a video. I'm going to end this one with 2 things like I normally do. Number 1, old money doesn't want you to win. But that's okay, though, because you and I, we're already winning. Number 2, I hope that you would consider and perhaps ponder the possibility to live your life permissionless. I'll talk to you soon, guys. See ya.